Hello everyone, I'm Patriot, and in today's episode, I am going to be showcasing the Betweenlands mod. So the Betweenlands mod is a mod where there is a new dimension and a bunch of new items and blocks. Now, I'm going to show off a bunch of the blocks and all that stuff, and some of the stuff that they do, not totally in depth though, because I'm not doing a tutorial on how the blocks work. So if you guys want something like that, please let me know down in the comments below, because I might be interested in doing that. Now, I do want to say before this video starts, I'm a little sorry for not putting up a new Minecraft Dinosaurs video. I've been a little unmotivated lately, and I'm just throwing myself back into it, trying to get this stuff done, even though I don't feel like it. So anyways, let's get right into the video. Alright, so as you can see, the tree I was on top of is actually a very special tree. This is a portal tree. Now, this thing I will get into depth, go into depth more later on how you get to it and make it and all that stuff. But to summarize it, this is a portal that you make after some hard work in the overworld to go into the Betweenlands. Now, I will show you a little bit more of that later as well when we talk more about the tree. Now, these are a bunch of the blocks. So you have all these new ores that are added in the Betweenlands, such as this stuff, which is actually in the Betweenlands, I believe. There's special things. This is ore blocks. So you got Sky Abyss, Octine, Balanite, and Symarite. And those are interesting. You also have bone blocks, slimy bone ore, which is something you get in the Betweenlands as well. Now, to summarize the Betweenlands a little bit more than that little cinematic that I tried to make to the best of my abilities. First time I've ever really done something like that, so sorry if it was kind of bad. You actually, the Betweenlands is a realm that exists between the Nether and the Overworld that used to be a void, but then a rift in the sky, in the Betweenlands, opened up towards the overworld, which allowed life to exist. So that's why it is very lively in there. Now we have all these new dirt blocks and stuff like that. So we have swamp dirt. We also have new types of ore, well, new types of stone. So we have crag rock, which is basically just a normal, it's like a new type of cobblestone. We have slimy dirt blocks. This is a sludgy dirt, which you actually can go into a little bit. And it's kind of like soul sand. You can't actually jump out of it. Like, it's impossible to jump out of. So watch out for that. Also, I've been a little bit sick lately due to temperature changes. Now, I don't know. I believe between stone is a special type of stone. Like, there's Betweenlands bedrock, but between stone, I'm not entirely sure. It might just be natural stone. Then there's corrupted betweenstone, which actually I believe can spread. Now, I will show you in here. This is all the new stuff. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Look how many blocks there are. Look how far down it goes. Lots of new stuff. There's Betweenland items that go really far as well. Gear, which doesn't go quite as far, but goes pretty well. Special items that you can get, which is the smallest. And then tons, and I mean tons of new plants. Look at all that. Different types of trees and stuff like that, which we will get into more over here. Now, these are special rune blocks, rune stones, which are used for magical purposes, I believe. As I said, I haven't gone too in-depth into this mod yet. This is just an overall showcase. Bunch of new other stuff like tar blocks. That's already there. I must have accidentally put it twice. And silt. We have some new wood. So we have weed wood. Now you can get the all sides of it, or just normal weed wood. So that's new. This is in 1.12, by the way. This is 1.12. Rotten bark, which can actually spread. There's a spreading version, but I didn't want it messing up this stuff. There's a rubber tree log, so you can get rubber in this mod. There's also hearthgrove, and tarred hearthgroves, which are apparently really good for fuel, apparently. Nibble twig logs, spirit tree logs, weed wood, and sap tree logs. I think this is actually this wood. Yes, weed wood log. This actually might be the debarkified version, I think. Now we have a bunch of leaves here. This is all the different types of leaves. This is actually spirit tree leaves. This entire thing is an extension, so you can make these things really crazily long and stuff like that. Right, and then this is all the planks of the different stuff. Here's the stone blocks, smooth, brick blocks, tons of stuff. This is actually chiseled skybus, so you know those ore. This is an ore block, not an ore block, but there's tons of stuff. Skybus list, lined pit stone. There's so much stuff. These blocks actually glow. These two blocks right here actually glow in the dark, so they actually give off a light source. Now, over here, as you can see, there's mossy versions of a bunch of these blocks. Ugh. Man, I bet you my voice sounds awful. Oh, there's actually shingles and mud brick. So many different blocks. This is not even all of them. This is just a rough overview. I went through so many blocks. This is like halfway through all the new blocks it adds. So I got all the way down to here. I got all the way to here. Look how much. I'm not even halfway. And I was just going down the list. That's how many blocks are added in this new mod. Now, over here is actually a really special block. I skipped over it because I thought it'd be cool to show off. This is a Between Stones Bricks Mirage. But guess what you can do with it? You can walk right through it. And say hello to the little area I made down below. Now, I just remembered I didn't actually do the roof, but we'll roll with it. As you can see, here's a bunch of different armors. We got Valenite armor, Bone armor, and Ancient armor, which I believe is the best armor you could get live the mod, and the best armor probably in the game. We also have some weapons here, as you can see, really cool. That's an Ancient Greatsword, just a normal bone sword, and a halberd. There's also these nice little candles. Apparently there's dungeons, because there's dungeon alcoves, and there's tons of new blocks. So we have actually shelf blocks that I use to show off some cool stuff. A different type of crafting bench that's made out of different wood. So we have a different look for a crafting bench. We have a dual sulfur furnace. So I believe you can smelt and cook things, twice as many things in one block, which is fueled by sulfur, I believe. Something like that. I'm not entirely sure. As I said, I didn't look too deep into it. Now, I can't remember what this is. Oh, it's a compost bin. So you can make like different, you can decay things to make new blocks and stuff like that. And I believe, what is this? Animator. The animator, you can put it in certain blocks to make animated things. So you can make the animated tar heart over here. You can make little minions. And then here's a special chest that's actually a different look too. So that's pretty cool. Always new to have new stuff. And this is actually a new bed. It's a, what is it? It's a moss bed. So, as you can see, it's completely different from a normal bed. It has a headboard and stuff like that. It's got different stuff added to it. And these candles are really nice, too. And it seems to rain a lot in this biome I'm in, I guess. I don't know why. And this is a druid altar, I believe. Yes, a dark druid altar. So there's actually these evil druids that exist in the overworld that if you want to find the full extent of this mod, you will have to fight at some point. Now, this block is a little bit weird. I think you can partially walk into it. Yeah, it looks like you can. But you can't walk all the way through it. As you can see, the hitbox is in the middle of it. So this part right here is weird. But I'm not entirely sure what it... Oh, yeah, so it seems you're able to use it to make new things. A lot of these items down here are just to make new things in the mod. So the portal tree is something that you have to make after defeating the Dark Druids. So the Dark Druids are evil druids that you find in a swamp biome or swampland. I think you'd probably find them actually just over here in this swamps. So it said that you find them in swamplands. Oh, here it is. I believe this is it right here. Boom, look at this. Yep, this is it. This is where you would find them. So you'd actually have to kill a bunch of Dark Druids. They're evil and they're insane because of the Betweenlands and what happened in the lore, which I recommend going and checking out. The Betweenlands actually has like a fandom wiki or something like that that actually has all the lore that I actually read about, and it's pretty interesting stuff. So I suggest you go read about it because I only hint about it a little bit in this video. So if you want more, go check that out. And so you have to kill them to get pieces of a swamp talisman. So you get these pieces you have to get from killing them. So you have to get 4 of them, and then you can create the swamp talisman, which allows you to create the portal tree, which you can do by just using the swamp talisman on any you can use it on any sapling. So basically, if I just walk over here real quick, place down the sapling, boom, as you can see, it creates one. It puts you inside of it. Now you can actually break through the spirit tree and it will not mess with anything. It will not mess with the portals. All that's required for the portals is actually these frames. What's cool is that you actually don't even need the portal tree to have a portal. You just need the frames. Now, they are supposed to be in specific spots, but as you can see, that's all they are for. Now, I'm going to head back over here, because this one I know where I spawn, and we're going to head on through. And there is probably going to be a little bit of lag when you first load in, because you are basically loading in a completely new world, basically. It's kind of like walking into the Nether. But this is way more dangerous and way more crazy than the Nether. As you can see, tons of sulfur. This is actually sulfur blocks. Tons of terrible things. Now, this place is dangerous. Just so you know. This place is very dangerous. Just being here is bad for you. There's actually a decay meter. So you can't stay in here forever. You actually have to leave every once in a while and come back. Because you will... Oh my gosh, I didn't know this was a thing. You can walk through these? Weedwood bushes. That is sick. But there's tons of new mobs. The water is dangerous. There's like piranhas, anglerfish. Don't eat. Be careful of what you eat here. It will kill you, poison you. Look at this. There's a giant toad. Look at this thing. You do not want to mess with these things, man. I think I can find a white or something. Oh yeah, here's one of these little guys. Little evil guy right here. Look at him. Woo! You would not want to mess with these. And I don't even know what this is, to be honest. I have no idea what this is. A ruin. Well, obviously, I guess it's a ruin, but I have no idea what this electricity thing is. That is interesting. Oh, it gives you a debuff. Okay, so don't... Oh, it moves. It must be a mob. It's probably a mob. Ugh. Hi. Yeah, this place is creepy. As you can see, that is actually the rift into the overworld. Now, you can't actually reach it. It's just a skybox. But that's really cool because that's actually how life exists down here. Is because of that rift. Now, I believe the... Oops. I have no idea what I just did. Now, I believe that the... What's it called? The clouds actually move up there in the sky. Yeah, it looks like they actually move. Yeah, that's sick. It's pretty cool stuff. So I'm going to spawn in a few of the guys real quick. As you can see, these trees are pretty much all similar to this actual portal tree. They're all very similar. Now, if I head over here, Betweenlands... Oh, there's actually herb lore as well. There's tons of this stuff, ground stuff. There's tons of potions as well. New potions, by the way, which can be used to make you stronger and stuff like that. And very useful stuff. Now, if I can find spawn eggs. I don't know if there's any spawn eggs. Now, there's tons of stuff in here, too. There's, like, actually angled blocks. You can get a gecko cage. Tons of new wood blocks, basically. Tons of stuff. An energy barrier. That's pretty interesting. So let me go to miscellaneous. Is it in here? It might be in here. A lurker, tar beast. Yeah, there's tons of stuff. Look at all this. So, zombie villager. Yeah, dark druid is one of the guys you have to beat. An angler, a sludge, swamp hag, a white. These are the main enemies. It's these guys. These are actually old inhabitants of this place. They're very creepy. So, in the lore, apparently the whites were created whenever the old inhabitants of this world actually created a portal to the Nether. And darkness came from there and actually infected this whole world, turning all of the inhabitants, or at least most of them, into whites. And one of them became a very special white, known as the Prime White. I don't know if I can actually spawn it, but there's mummies, greeblings. I think that's about it for this showcase. There's not much else to show off. So if you guys want any more things in depth, you'll either have to find out on your own, or maybe somebody else has put up a video on this mod. It's pretty popular. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. and I'll see you guys later.